y'all. 1 second. I need to put some lip gloss on. Okay. And I need to have a sip of my drink. This is my meal replacement shake. Alright, hey Cookie Monsters, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe so you can always catch these vibes. And turn on your post notifications so that way you can know if an extra time is a piggity post. Alright? Alright. Hey y'all, hope you're having a great day. Yay. We have some stuff we need to dive into, so we're gonna do that. I have been forcing myself to talk about the hospital situation more, to one, help me be able to talk about it without crying, so that way my story can actually be heard and received, because I need justice for this story, and I am not going to stop until it happens. So let's get into some things. I want to break down and highlight some very key points as to what is wrong with this situation. So I told y'all I went to Ramen Naji, which is the ramen restaurant inside of the Santa Anita Mall in Arcadia, California, and that's where the allergic reaction started. And they did not do their protocol by actually calling the ambulance and taking and having me going that way, because on the low, it's like, if we can do it, then we can try to avoid responsibility, because if we call the paramedics, they're going to have to report it. So they didn't want to do that, so they took me themselves, which is wrong, because if something goes wrong at a restaurant, you're supposed to do the correct protocol, and that is by going through the ambulance. I'm fighting for my life. Like, I was having a hard time breathing already. I can't argue and combat. I'm just like, just get me to the hospital. But the manager and the cashier should not be the person that taking me to the hospital, because the fact that I had to wait at the lights, each light to get there, prolonged me getting the help that I needed, which is actually what eventually put me into the freaking ICU, is because of the time frame of how long I had to wait to get help. So Ramen Naji, you're responsible for that too. Now, at USC Hospital, Arcadia, I walked into the hospital. When I left, I was wheelchaired out with the left side of my body partially paralyzed. I had feeling, but I could not move it. I could not move my arm. I could not move my legs. I could not move anything on this side. Inside the hospital, we had physical therapy coming in. We had occupational therapy coming in. And they saw how hard I was struggling. They had to help me try to small things like putting on my clothes and stuff by myself. Just basic things that would help me when I would eventually leave the hospital. But even with that, I wasn't able to walk. I wasn't able to put any pressure on my left side. And even with that, they would still go and report back to the hospital saying that I was functional enough to leave, though that's not the case. And how that's not the case, the officers, which that'll be another episode, at my home saw that I was not okay or physically able to be out on my own in the way the hospital tried to push me out. So I wrote some things down I want to get into. Everyone at the hospital knew me by my government name because they got the information from my ID. I never told anybody my nickname. Everyone online, social media, y'all know me as Cookie. In real life, when I'm doing stuff, I go with my government name sometimes, because sometimes I don't want the extra attention from being Cookie. Sometimes I just want to be me and just leave it at that. So everybody was calling me my government name, Kashawn. They actually said the full name, Kashawn Ashley Cooksey Sims. One of the nurses, when they switched, she came in and she called me Cookie. Okay? That was bothersome to me because I had no clue how she knew who I was, because I didn't tell anybody who I was when I was in the hospital. This nurse's name was Yahara. Yahara is the one that gave me the emergency shot of Decadron that eventually led to me being paralyzed on my left side. She's the one that called me my nickname. She's the one that refused to acknowledge the fact that I had a stroke and was sitting in my pee until another nurse came in and was like, you were in fact sitting in your pee, and helped me change the sheets and help me clean up and everything like that. So Yahara was responsible for taking the mobility on my left side. as well as the original nurse. I don't remember his name, but he did look like Santa Claus. It was an older white man, white hair, white beard. It doesn't matter his name because here's what went wrong. He was the one that tried to get a peek at my vagine while, quote unquote, doing an inspection of my body for hives, though no one ever checked my back at all if I was breaking out in hives. No one checked my legs, nothing. Like, he literally, all he did was lift this up, he looked at my stomach, or quote unquote, in that area. That's it. That is all he looked at, was my freaking vagine. That is it. So when I explained that, by law they have to now report it, and there was an investigation open. So remember that. There was an investigation open. I'm going to fast forward really quickly towards the end of the 2 weeks. I was there for 2 weeks. They discharged me. I was back. Okay? So towards the end of my stay at the hospital, there was a nurse there named Karen, a white woman named Karen, who told me she was mad because I told on the nurse when I first went to the ICU, and now there's an investigation open at the hospital and they're investigating all of the nurses. So she told me she was upset, and then she was the one that told all the other nurses not to help me, not to feed me for 15 hours. And also even went as far as saying I was trying to mooch off the hospital, as if I was just staying in the hospital for shelter and food, as if I didn't have a home that I was already paying rent for. Or the fact that, like, I didn't have any money. When where I'm staying now, I pay over $2,000 a month for rent. I pay for my car note. I pay for my car insurance. I pay for my phone bill. I pay for my renter's insurance. I'm funding my businesses. So how the fuck am I broke, Karen? That's one. Two, then we're going to backtrack a little bit more. I had to go in for multiple different tests. They did MRIs, lumbar taps, everything. And it's crazy because even with all that, they told me nothing was wrong. When I got released from the hospital and I did an MRI on my own, I did in fact find out I had a herniated disc in my neck and my back. But the hospital lied and said there was nothing wrong with me, that I was 100% okay. Still to this day, I don't have an official diagnosis of what went wrong. Nothing. I'm able to move my body and I have my voice back by the grace of God. Okay? So one of the times, the first time I had to go in for an MRI, this is at the beginning of everything. I'm in there fighting for myself. I had no family physically with me at the hospital, so I'm trying to advocate for myself, fight for my life. I don't have a voice. I'm trying to write things down. There was a lot I was trying to do on my own. So they took me in to get an MRI. I didn't think I needed to keep my purse with me. I told you in the first video, I had a Fendi purse with my camera. It's a Canon camera. It's a Canon EOS 250D, okay, right here. Inside my purse with, I had my prayer spiral. I had a journal that I would write in daily, that would be, with my personal time with the Lord. So I had that because I kept that with me at all times. I had that with me in my purse as well. What I didn't realize is at the time, like when they first came in, I was recording when I came into the hospital and when they did the official check of me having a hard time breathing before they checked me into the ER and gave me the EpiPen shots and the steroids, and before I was sent to the ICU. I recorded that part because I could already tell I need documentation, right? When I went in for my MRI, I left my purse because, again, there was so much going on I wasn't thinking. But intuition, when I got back, something told me, look at your camera. When I looked at my camera, someone at the hospital deleted footage. I had footage, like I said, at the beginning, the footage is no longer there. That was showing how hard of a time I was having breathing before I was admitted into the ICU. I'm obviously very irritated. I'm very annoyed because it is evident that it's retaliation what happened. My first night in the ICU is the night that the situation happened with that nurse. And the very next day, which is my first official day in the ICU, is when I had people coming to me explaining that there's now a case open. And then there was confirmation by Karen letting me know that her and quite a few other doctors were taking side with that nurse because they felt like they had to stick together in the medical field, and took it out on me. Refusing to answer the nurse's calls, refusing to listen to me when I explained I was losing mobility in my body, that there was pain, refusing to listen to anything that I was explaining because they were upset that I told on somebody who was a creep. So, I'm going to keep posting videos, I'm going to keep dropping songs until this story is picked up and until USC and Ramen Najee pay for what they did to me. The pain and suffering that I've gone through is 9 months of recovery, and I still can't walk without pain. I'm sitting here now in pain. My neck and my back ache. I'm irritated. I'm pissed. My entire life was changed. I am now trying to emotionally pick myself up to try to do all the things I was doing before this to be able to continue to take care of myself. Because again, I'm the one taking care of me. Yeah, I did one time have to call my papa and ask for some damn money. Because guess what? It's just me. And I haven't worked in 9 months. So, I'm back working, I'm irritated, I'm annoyed, and I'm gonna keep sharing this story. I love y'all. Thank you so much, Cookie Monsters, for tuning in. Please share this, share the original story. Also, there was someone who reached out and asked if I had a donation link where you guys could donate money to help me fight for justice during this. I didn't have a link at the time. Again, there's a lot of stuff I was thinking of, so I never even thought to do that. But after he asked that, I did in fact go and create a link. So the link is down in the description box below if you would like to donate to help me out and help me get justice against the restaurant and against Ramen Najee, which is the restaurant, and against the hospital, which is USC Arcadia's hospital. I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I'm irritated, so I'm about to have a moment to calm down. See y'all soon. It's Doe back in this bitch, and I got some shit to say, cause they tried to take me out. Spent 2 weeks in the hospital on the drought while y'all was looking for some stupid ass clout, nigga. That's a shame, this really ain't a game. I'm really fucking mean if you only knew my pain. Herniated disc, pain just to walk, but fitness is my job. Got shit to figure out. Pain in my eyes, insomnia nights, thoughts racing, it's so hard to close my eyes. I've been praying while trying to disguise the pain I feel real deep down inside. I said pain in my eyes, insomnia nights, thoughts racing, it's so hard to close my eyes. I've been praying while trying to disguise the pain I feel real deep down inside, nigga. You ain't hearing me. I said pain in my eyes, it's hard to realize my new reality that I had to call my life. Sitting with my thoughts, reminiscing how them people used to talk because of who I am. They tried to humble me while I was fighting for my life. It was hard to breathe, calling me my nickname, then shooting me up a plane. You should be so ashamed, like do you even have a brain? Bitch, the bitch paralyzed me and didn't even have the decency to say bye when she got up to leave. I can't even leave, you've added back the V. Oh my goodness. Pain in my eyes, insomnia nights, thoughts racing, it's so hard to close my eyes. I've been praying while trying to disguise the pain I feel real deep down inside. I said pain in my eyes, insomnia nights, thoughts racing, it's so hard to close my eyes. I've been praying while trying to disguise the pain I feel real deep down inside, nigga.